These Oreo cheesecake brownies look delicious. It is kind of weird baking a dessert not knowing if I'll be able to eat it, but it was still a lot of fun. On our adventure.
Oh, you got freezing cold here.
Good Sunday morning, everyone. I want to show y'all something. Ta-da! We hung my wedding flowers up in our storage closet thing. Hanging them upside down like that apparently makes them dry out so they can last forever, and then we're going to put it in a shadow box picture frame and put it somewhere in our house, and it's going to be a really nice memory. Anyways, good morning again, y'all. Unfortunately, I did not sleep well last night. I have chronic muscular pain in my legs that have always been there, and I've had it my entire life from my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But last night my pain was much worse than usual, and Judd and I can only guess that my increased pain is due to me working out again. And as I explained in my exercise vlog, although working out is good for me, it also makes my body angry at times, so it's all about weighing the options and finding that good balance. But the pain just kept me up and I didn't sleep well, which is definitely not good for a narcoleptic such as myself. Not sleeping well is not good for anyone, so. But I'm just going to be thankful because this morning the pain is much more manageable. I've also got my infusion stuff out, but I'm not going to hook up to it just yet because I don't want to make my backpack too heavy while I'm doing some stuff in the kitchen. I'm making Judd and his buddies down at the sheriff's station a really nice dessert. It's a layer of brownies and then Oreos and cheesecake and more Oreos, and it tastes so good. The first time I made this was like 6 months ago when my GI problems weren't so bad, but now that they've gotten worse, I don't know if I'll personally be able to eat this dessert safely, like tolerate it, but at least Judd and his coworkers can enjoy it. I also need to make Harlow's veggie pops because she's on a raw diet, and in addition to all the meat components and bone, I also give her veggies and fruits, and dogs digest vegetables better if they are blended up, so I blend up all her veggies and make them into popsicles, and she loves them. So let's get on it. Got the brownies going. I look on the back of the box and do the instructions for cake-like brownies because I think it works better with this recipe. And now I'm going to do the batter for the cheesecake. Cheesecake batter is done, waiting for the brownies to finish so I can do my Oreo layer and pour the cheesecake on top. In the meantime, I will use the blender to blend up Harlow's veggie pops and get that going. I think she could tell because she wasn't in the kitchen and now she came over to supervise me making her veggie pops. I had to get the walker because my legs just aren't having it today. They're like sore and weak, so I'm gonna use all the tools I can to make my life as easy as possible with chronic illness. Maybe that's why she came over too. She could tell my legs were hurting. Either way, you'll get a veggie pop because you're a cute dog. Veggie pops are done. There's this one random ice cube in Harlow's veggie pop tray. Oh well. Stick those in the freezer. And Harlow, you want to test try? Okay. Oh, you love that. They'll be ready for your dinner, all frozen. Just in time for the brownies to finish. Now to add the Oreo layer and the cheesecake. smells good and the timer went off, so let's see how the dessert turned out. These Oreo cheesecake brownies look delicious. This time the Oreos kind of floated to the top, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this and not crumble any on top of it. It looks good though. It is kind of weird baking a dessert not knowing if I'll be able to eat it, but it was still a lot of fun. Plus, Judd and his friends will be able to enjoy it, and that's all the satisfaction I need. And although baking was fun, I'm exhausted, especially since I didn't sleep well last night too, so I'm gonna go take a nap on the couch now. I just took a long 3-hour nap, which is crazy, but the trouble for me with napping is that because I'm a narcoleptic, my sleep cycle is fractured, so when I sleep, I don't get restorative sleep. My brain never gets a chance to rest and recharge, and studies have actually shown that the average narcoleptic functions as if they have gone 72 hours without sleep. That's crazy. So just because somebody with narcolepsy may sleep a lot, it's not restorative sleep, so it doesn't help them feel refreshed and recharged. And some people with narcolepsy have the opposite problem of not being able to sleep at all. It's a very misunderstood disorder. Anyways, I take a medication at night that's specific for narcolepsy to help regulate my sleep cycle. And of course I don't take that medication during the day, which is why napping can be so difficult for me, because sometimes I could wake up feeling way worse from a nap because my body's just gone through a horrible sleep cycle. And sometimes I could wake up feeling a little bit better. Thankfully this time I've woken up feeling a little bit better, and I'm also thankful for Harlow, who helps me with my narcolepsy. If you watch the How Does Harlow Help Me section in her Harlow video, I go into detail how she helps me there, but one thing she did just now is I was coming from the kitchen to lay on the couch, just so exhausted, brain fog. I laid down without grabbing the blanket, which I don't need, but I like to have. And usually I say, Harlow, get the blanket, for her to bring it to me, but I was just knocking out. I was just literally going to fall asleep instantly. And Harlow brought me my blanket without me asking her. I think she just realized, like, okay, my girl is laying on the couch. Usually she needs her blanket. She's not feeling very well right now. I'm gonna do my task without being prompted, and that's just her intuition, and I was so thankful, and it just made me happy that she thought to bring my blanket to me without me having to ask her. And now she's laying over here on her cot looking so adorable. You're the cutest. Do you know that? In addition to bringing in the dessert to the station, I'm also bringing Judd some dinner from home, and I'm making one of my favorite dishes, shepherd's pie. I love it. The problem is I'm a little bummed because yesterday I got a lot of relief from my bloating. It's one of those relentless symptoms I deal with a lot because of my GI issues, and it's kind of always there. But yesterday, for some reason, I got relief from it and I was super grateful, but today it's back. And I haven't even had anything to eat today. I've just had water. And that's what I was saying in yesterday's vlog. I can do everything right. I can eat nothing. I can eat something. Doesn't matter. The bloating is there. It kind of has a mind of its own. And the bloating makes it painful and uncomfortable, and it makes my nausea worse. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to enjoy the nice dessert I made. Not sure if I'll be able to enjoy one of my favorite dinners, which can be frustrating, especially when you have to deal with GI issues all the time. But I'm planning to pre-medicate with some IV Zofran, and hopefully that will help me be able to enjoy at least a little bit of what I've cooked today. And I know Judd is going to enjoy this. He thinks it's really special when I bring him food at the station. He really likes food. I guess that's the way to keep Judd happy. So that's something. Got my layer of meat, cream of corn, and lastly mashed potatoes. And now it goes in the oven to broil for a bit. Ta-da! It looks delicious. Alrighty, now I just need to flush my feeding tube, put a new can of nutrition in the feeding tube bag, take some pills, hook up to my next infusion bag, and then rest a little bit so I have energy for the quick drive, and I can go bring Judd his dinner and the station their dessert. Okay, finally got all that done. Now I'm off to the sheriff's station. I can't film inside the station because of safety, security, privacy reasons, but I will see y'all after and let you know how it goes. The dessert was a big hit. Everybody loved it, which is awesome. And I even got to try a little bit, which is really nice. And I even had 2 bites of shepherd's pie, but don't want to risk it. So I am sticking with my safe dinner of cracker, turkey, and cucumbers. And Harlow, as soon as I'm done, we'll go do your dinner and try your popsicles. Are you hungry? Good girl, thank you. I realized in yesterday's vlog when I was practicing this new task with her, I said, Harlow, get your bowl, but the words I'm supposed to use that I've chosen to use is, Harlow, are you hungry? So that's probably why she looked at the bowl and just walked away yesterday. My bad. Well, the veggie pops turned out well. What a scrumptious meal for Harlow. She's eating all the meat first. You gonna eat it? There we go. She likes them. Good. Enjoy your dinner. Well, my day is coming to an end. I might have only made food and some popsicles for my service dog today, but in a world of chronic illness where just the simple act of getting out of bed can be extremely difficult, I see these things as good accomplishments, and I'm going to celebrate them because I like to celebrate the little victories in life, especially when I have to live in a body that's constantly fighting against me. Plus, I'm extra happy because I was able to try a little bit of the food I made today despite my GI issues, which is awesome. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that, and I did, so that's great. And I'm also super thankful and blown away with the fact that today we hit 30,000 subscribers on Chronically, Jaquie. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are the reason that we do what we do, and I'm able to spread awareness for service dogs and chronic illnesses, because without you, my story would not be getting out there. So thank you so much for walking this journey with us. Thank you for the love you give my family every single day. We appreciate y'all so much. And with that, I will say goodnight, and thank you so much for joining me on my adventure.